We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Isekai, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leo Mookie here, back for you with another new part of What If Asta Was a Sky Knight? This is part 2, and yeah, sorry it's been a while since the last update. Like I said, the last part was just basically me throwing shit at the wall, and I just wanted to try and do something new with that of Asta vids after all. And to be honest, it did so well than I expected, actually. Honestly, I kind of expected it to just stop at that of 1,000, and yet you guys proved me wrong. For that, thanks, even after all these months. At any rate, with all that said, let's go to that of a quick recap, which is necessary. In this timeline, Asta and Yuno found that of a, abandoned airship from the world of the Stormhawks, where there they found that of, stash of crystals, which are basically filled with magic, Sky Riders, which are literally flying motorcycles and scooters, and that of a new profession that they didn't know about. This being the Sky Knights, warriors and guardians from a whole other world. With that, Asta was hooked. With this would basically give him the edge that he needs as somebody who is completely magicless. Originally, where he thought that he would basically overcompensate with that of muscles and his never give up attitude, but with that of these crystals, his skimmer, and the weapons of that of a Sky Knight, he has a better chance to achieve his dream to become the Wizard King. And that's exactly what he's going to do, with that of, giving him support and motivating him to move forward, and that of his new 5-leaf clover grimoire. He's now about to get ready to prepare to be a magic knight. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? A month has now passed since Asta and Yuno began to train with that of their grimoires. Asta find out that he basically has that of a anti-magic sword, because the sword can literally deflect and counteract any type of magic that comes Asta's way after all. When he tried using that of the anti-magic swords on the crystals, let's just say, instead of them basically losing their power, they literally just exploded in his face. First time with that of a fire crystal, second time with a wind crystal, third time with a lightning crystal, and so on and so forth. And let's just say, having to patch up that of a dumbass Asta is kind of a pain in the ass. But even so, with that of his grimoire that gives him an anti-magic sword alongside that of his crystal weapons, he basically is a lot more capable than he would be in canon. With now, Asta and Yuno are leaving for the Clover Kingdom capital in the Noble Realm. However, where it would take them at least a few days to get there, on that of Asta's, skimmer, on the other hand, the arrow can literally get them there in just, the matter of one day, to be honest. However, given Asta's driving style, let's just say Yuno was not a big fan of that, to be fair. But even so, they were able to make it in basically half the time that they would have. Hell, they even basically have a few days before the Magic Night exam even starts. So they got some time to basically hang around out of the Clover Kingdom capital, see the sights, see all that of the, fancy jewelry, all of the food stalls, and even find out about that of the nobles as well. However, the capital is not as all fun and games as it is, especially given that they're commoners after all. So nobles basically look down on both Asta and Yuno because of this, where Yuno gets annoyed by them but doesn't care. As for Asta, well, it's Asta. It's not like he's basically, not used to comments like that due to his magic list power after all. However, what really catches people off guard is that of Asta's arrow. Having that of a sky bike literally traveling through that of the streets of the Clover Kingdom capital has got them in trouble at least a few times by the Magic Knights. Well, mainly Asta, to be honest. So yeah, but even so, Asta now has a better feel of the capital before the Magic Night exam starts. With now, they are preparing for the exam. And to be honest, it's kind of a lackluster process. The only thing is that you need to take the exam for is you have to have a grimoire, which has to be the laziest credentials I've ever seen ever. So even with somebody who's quite talented, even without that of their grimoire, they still wouldn't be able to qualify to be a Magic Knight, which is kind of sad, really. But that's just me there. As they soon arrive, that's when, of course, as always, Asta accidentally bumps into that of Yami. Yami grabs him by his head and basically threatens him to watch where he's going. With Asta, on pure instincts, basically grabs one of his crystal weapons, being one of his dual energy blades on his right hip, was about to click it on before then that of a guy with that of, wild spiky brunette hair, wearing that of a green uniform that looks quite fancy, wearing that of a black robe, this being Finral, within him getting that of the captain known as Yami, and basically sending him back up with the others, with that of another Black Bulls member, with wearing that of tons of, face paint, and wearing that of a black militaristic uniform, being Gordon. With then soon, that's when the Magic Night exam already has truly begun, with tons of black and red birds, being anti-magic birds, begin to swarm the entirety of the arena, where they begin to avoid while also pecking at least some people, as these anti-magic birds basically show and detect on how much mana a person has. Seeing on some participants have that of the least amount of birds around them, while some basically get some to peck at them. As for Yuno, of course, the guy has a huge amount of mana. That's no difference. Hell, the birds are basically making sure to stay clear away from that of, mainly due to that of the magic crystals that are in that of his pouches, which are also radiating that of a bit of magic as well. As for Asta, even with that of two of his weapons having that of crystals, basically, powering out of the blades, it isn't enough to keep that of the anti-magic birds from constantly pecking and basically biting his face. Heck, not to mention that of a certain little Magic Knight bird with that of a stoic and somewhat bored look on their face, making a nest on that of Asta's head. With that taken care of, it basically shows that Asta isn't really one to look out for, to be honest. With even a few participants thinking that Asta is easy picking, especially a certain blonde-haired douche in that of the crowd of participants. Within, one of the captains finally appears, sending a burst of his mana to send that of the birds out of the arena, as this being the captain of the Golden Dawn, William Vengeance, as he has that of quite the noble and somewhat militaristic white uniform, with that of a long Magic Knight robe, which is basically more of a golden yellow. Not to mention, what stands out the most about the man is that of his fancy and quite unique mask, after all. as he begins to speak, saying, "Welcome all participants to this year's Magic Knight exam. I, William Vagent, Captain of the Golden Dawn, would like to welcome you all and wish to see what you're all truly capable of this year. In this exam, we'll be categorizing you in that of 5 tests. You've already gone through that of the first one, being that of your mana affinity, after all. With that of your with then everybody realizing what the anti-magic birds were for, to finally see what they're capable of and how much potential they have through their magic. With now the fourth task to begin, as William opens up that of his four-leaf clover grimoire, but then a massive tree begins to sprout out under that of the gravel in the center of the arena. Within soon, the branches began to release that of broomsticks off its branches, and they begin to fall down to that of the participants, as these brooms are made for that of their fourth task, their ability to use their mana to levitate off the ground. With this, it was showing how much good control over their magic to allow them to fly, after all. And such as, some people do well, some people do decent, some not so much. But then you got who literally just flies around on the broomstick, standing on it actually, with so much good control that it's not even breaking a sweat for him. Which, once again, all the captains have their eyes on that of the Raven Net. As for Asta, on the other hand, yeah, basically just like the same as Canon. He has no magic, so he can't really fly. And sure, the airship that in Hodge Village did have that of a flight unit that's normal, that Sky Knights can use to fly around if their Skyrider basically is damaged or basically out of commission. However, they would need a good air source to do that, and currently, Asta does not have that. Sure, he could use that of his, crystal blades to fly up in the air, but it would to Asta and his sense of duty, it would be cheating. So he tries to do it the old-fashioned way, with pure and utter force, and it makes him look like he's about to take a shit. To the point that Yami and even that of a scraggy and somewhat malicious guy basically laugh at Asta in his face, causing him to fail. With the next one being that of precision, after all, where they use that of magic to hit a target. Where there, passes with flying colors once more due to his wind creation magic and his good control over the years of sparring with Asta. As for Asta, once again, not really that much. He could use one of his special moves, which he was debating on using one of his special moves, which he ends up doing, bringing out that of his twin swords, before then jumping up into the air, where that of blue-like wings begin to materialize behind him, before then sending a burst of pure blue magic energy towards that of the target, causing it to basically explode. Made everybody completely and utterly shocked at this. Even a few of the captains couldn't help but be impressed and also downright, shocked as well. With Asta, couldn't help but smirk at what he's capable of now. With that, the next exam is basically their power after all. Use that of their magic power to show what they're capable of. And once again, passes it once with flying colors, unleashing a full burst of his magic power. As for that of Asta, anti-magic sword ain't gonna do much for him. So deciding to switch out one of the crystals in that of his, in his twin saber, in that of his twin blades, into that of a fire crystal. Within, one of the blades having that of blue-like energy, while the other has that of a powerful red blaze. Within, bringing both weapons down at full burst, unleashing a full blast of energy and flames, which again catches everybody off guard. Hell, a few of the captains actually take somewhat of an interest in Asta now. but not in the same interest as they want just in a more curiosity, to be honest. And once that curiosity is sated, they could really care less. Well, except one, and maybe two, with now the final exam being one-on-one combat. With everybody partnering up and facing against their opponents, Asta begins looking around, seeing if somebody wants to go against him, before seeing that of the same blonde guy from before walk up to him saying, "Hey there, looking for somebody?" With then saying, "Oh, hey, you're that guy that's been hanging around me a few times. What's your name?" As Asta says this while tilting his head to the side in that of confusion, within the guy couldn't help but basically have a twitching eye saying, "The name's Seiki, and it's truly a pleasure to meet you. I was hoping that you and I could basically fight against each other after all." But then hearing this saying, "Oh, definitely, come on, let's do this. I've got to give it my all after all." Within, Sue, the guy saying, "You really are something of an annoyance, an eyesore, to be honest." Within, I saying, "Huh? What?" Saying, "You see that? Your ignorance is really annoying, to be honest. Do you really think somebody like you with that of a lick of magic could basically become a magic knight? I don't know what you did with that of the whole target thing and even that of the whole power test. But everything else, I can tell. There's nothing special about you. Not a single ounce of magic about you. To be honest, I'm here to basically put you back in your place, you little insect." Within hearing this, Asta couldn't help but get a little bit annoyed, saying, "Oh, is that so?" Within saying, "Yeah, after all, magic knights need to basically be symbols of power after all, to show what they're truly capable of, what truly matters. And as for you, you're basically the farthest thing from a magic knight." Within, Asta begins to remember that of Rebchi, the kind of magic knight that he was, the kind of magic knight that got him kicked out of his squad. And this guy, he may not be on the same despicable level, but he is on somewhat of the same annoying level, unaware of what it truly means to be a magic knight, and another stepping stone and a path in his way of becoming the Wizard King. But then saying, "I see. So, are you done?" Saying, "Huh? Are you done? Because we can get started right here and now." But then, Psyche having that of a cocky look, slipped back in his hair, saying, "Well then, you asked for it. Let's see if you can handle this." As his grimoire begins to open, saying, "This is my bronze creation magic, bronze shield." As that of a blue barrier begins to materialize over that of Seiki. Within saying, try to pierce this. I doubt whatever you're capable of can ever even bypass it." Saying, "First time I'm actually using this sword again after all this time. First time I use it, I send a guy flying. Let's see if you can handle it." But then, rushing towards that of Seiki and that of blinding speed so fast that nobody could react, not even that of the captains, besides a select few, as then opening up that of his 5-leaf clover grimoire, pulling out the Demon Slayer sword, and then in one solitary smack down to that of the barrier, he basically lands a hard blow onto Seiki's head, sending him flying to the ground. Within, everybody's completely and utterly shocked and surprised that he was able to break through the barrier without even breaking a sweat at all. Saying, "Now let's get this somewhere straight. You really think that I'm going to give up here? Fat chance. I could care less how you think of me and how people see me, but that because I'm going to achieve my goal of becoming Wizard King." As he has that of the massive sword on his back, with smiling at that of his foster brother, hearing his declaration, having his own resolve. As he basically defeats his own opponent, he uses that of lightning magic without even breaking a sweat. and basically taking the spotlight that was on Asta and back on him. So basically counteracting everything that Asta just did, to be fair. However, Asta's too much in his own little world to realize that. With now the day has now gone by, with it now the sun beginning to set, with the sky turning orange. With now, Vengeance begins to explain on how they'll be selected for a Magic Knight squad, which each captain basically explaining and having that of a thumbs up of the squad, of that of the participant that they want, allowing that of the squad mate to basically join that squad. Within soon, as each one was called, some getting thumbs up and joining their squad, while some not so much and ended up joining a squad that they had no interest in joining, while some didn't even get any at all. As for he basically got all the captain's thumbs up on wanting to, as they all want him to join. Even that of the captain of the Blue Roses, who was basically an all-girls squad, wants him. With asking basically one of the biggest FU moments I've ever seen, which squad will allow him to become the Wizard King the fastest. With that, Asta couldn't help but be completely and utterly shocked and annoyed and appalled at that of Yuno's answer. Within, Vengeance spoke up, saying that his squad, the Golden Dawn, it directly answers to that of the Wizard King himself. So, of course, it only makes sense to join that of the best squad. Within, joins the Golden Dawn. It's now time for Asta. However, as soon as he's called and as soon as he shows himself, none of the captains raise their thumbs for him, making him feel nervous and also small again. However, remembering that of the teachings of a Sky Knight, no matter how bad things get, always stand your ground, no matter what. Even if he didn't get any offers this time, he can always try again and again. Nothing is going to stop him. Within soon, Yami begins to unleash his own mana as it feels that of suffocating, overwhelming, and terrifying, saying, kid, you got a lot of nerve thinking that you could become a Magic Knight. I mean, it's to be found out that you barely have any magic. To see all these unique and weird gizmos and stuff on you. And the weirdest thing is, you have that of a sword that doesn't radiate any magic at all, but bypasses it as well. You're one of the biggest anomalies this entire damn year. And I gotta say, what makes you think that you deserve to be a Magic Knight? Within, Asta, taking a deep breath, reassuring himself, having out of a serious look even while feeling fear, saying, because I plan on becoming Wizard King, no matter what. Even if I fail this year, I'll keep on coming, no matter what. I promise that. Nothing's gonna stop me in my dream. You hear me? Within hearing this, Yami lets go of his aura before laughing, saying, man, you are a riot, kid. Man, so you really want to become Wizard King even though you barely got any offers at all? Man, you're something else. All right, then, you piqued my interest. How about you join my team, the Black Bulls? Sure, we're considered to be the worst Magic Knight squad, but nothing better than starting from the bottom. Hey, kid. Within, Asta hearing this, as he could really care less if the Black Bulls are the worst squad. To him, it's a start. As long as he's able to get his start to become the Wizard King. Starting from the bottom doesn't matter. All that matters is that he's even able to reach it. Saying, yes, I'll do it. Let's do this. With that, Asta's now a member of the Black Bulls. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think. Comment below. Love to read them. And yeah, sorry that this is basically a short-ass chapter. My apologies. Like I said, honestly, I did not expect that my Stormhawks video would actually get any traction whatsoever, even to this day. So once again, I gotta thank you guys. I appreciate all the support that you did. I guess that Stormhawks still has at least some fans that wanted to make a comeback after all. As for this part, I'm kind of sorry about it. I kind of basically made this part half-assed. I wrote a script for it, but I kind of made the script last minute, to be honest. This is just basically to show that this series is still going on strong and it ain't going anywhere no time soon. So yeah. At any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to get my videos uploaded to the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, other channel, side channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All linked in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys. Hope you all take care. My Shiro, close us off, my lady.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlist. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!